Welcome to The Explainer, where we break down the biggest stories using the power of slides. Today, we're talking about the biggest power couple in tech, Microsoft and OpenAI, but is this alliance, the one that's basically defined the entire AI race, starting to crumble? Let's get into it. All right, let's just get right into the big question, shall we? Is the Microsoft-OpenAI power couple actually breaking up? I mean, for a long time, it seemed like they were just unbreakable, right? They were setting the rules for the entire AI game. But well, things are starting to look a little shaky.
Okay, so before we get into all the drama, we've got to rewind a bit. To really get what's happening now, you have to understand just how this partnership became the absolute bedrock of Microsoft's entire AI strategy.
And we're not talking about a small investment here. Microsoft went all in, betting billions on an exclusive relationship with OpenAI. This was a massive foundational bet. They basically decided, you're our horse in this race, and they poured everything into making sure that horse would win, integrating OpenAI's tech into the very DNA of their products.
And you've probably used this tech without even realizing it. I mean, this alliance powered everything. Those new AI features in Word or Excel, that's OpenAI. The magic behind GitHub Copilot that writes code for you? Yep, OpenAI again. It was the secret sauce, the engine running Microsoft's entire Azure AI platform. For a long time, Microsoft AI was OpenAI.
But like any intense relationship, some cracks are starting to show. Both sides are beginning to make moves. Quiet moves at first, but now they're getting louder. And it really looks like they're both building escape hatches, just in case.
And check this out. This isn't a one-sided thing. Both of them are hedging their bets. On Microsoft's side, you see them investing in Anthropic, a direct rival to OpenAI, and they're building their own in-house model, MAI-1. But look at OpenAI. They're not just sitting still. They're reportedly launching a competitor to LinkedIn, Microsoft's product, and even planning to make their own AI chips. They're both looking for a future where they're not so codependent.
Okay, and this is where it gets really spicy. Let's talk about Microsoft's big diversification play. This is the move that got everyone talking. Why on earth would they bring a major rival into their house? Because that's exactly what they did. Anthropic's AI is now going to be helping power features inside Word, Excel, Outlook, the whole Office suite. This is a huge deal. It means that the era of OpenAI being the only brain behind Microsoft's productivity tools is officially over. That exclusive grip is gone.
So why would they do this? Well, here's a direct quote that tells you everything you need to know. It's not just about spreading the risk around. Leaders at Microsoft apparently believe that Anthropic's models are just better at certain things, like specifically making a nice-looking PowerPoint presentation. Can you imagine? The idea that someone else is better than OpenAI at a core business task, that's a massive statement. Of course, you have to have the official statement, right? Microsoft is saying, don't worry everyone, nothing to see here. OpenAI is still our #1 partner. We're still committed. And, that might be true, but it's kind of like saying we're just friends while you're clearly exploring other options. The actions are telling a slightly different story.
All right, so let's zoom out. Because what we're seeing isn't just a little tiff between two companies. This is redrawing the map of the entire AI landscape. We're moving from a world with one power couple to a world with a whole lot of players.
So let's break down this strategic shift. The old way was super simple. One deep, all-in partnership. Microsoft plus OpenAI against the world. But the new way? It's all about diversification. It's a multi-partner strategy. Microsoft is essentially saying, we're not going to put all our eggs in one basket anymore. They want a whole toolkit, and they'll grab the best tool for the job, no matter who made it.
And this is the big takeaway, really. This isn't just a breakup story. What we're watching is the beginning of a much more competitive and, frankly, a much more fragmented AI market. The days of a single dominant partnership might be over.
So that leaves us with one huge question for the future. For a while, it seemed like we had a clear frontrunner, a dominant force. But now? It feels like the race is just getting started. Is the future of AI going to be ruled by one king, or is it going to be a battleground with many competing powers? It really feels like the true AI wars are about to begin.